The three hospitals that make up the South London Healthcare Trust have a catchment of over 1 million people, making them some of the busiest in the country. In November last year, after a strategic review, the maternity unit at Queen Mary's Hospital in Sidcup closed its doors for the final time, with the Accident and Emergency Department becoming an urgent care centre, treating only the most minor of injuries. It's had the residents up in arms, particularly as A&E closures was something that the Conservative Party promised to halt in their election manifesto.
There have been a number of hospitals here over the years in this area, and one by one we've lost them. We're being chipped away at. We've lost a complete hospital at Bromley South a few years ago. We lost the A&E at Orpington Hospital more recently, and I think the local residents and the local workers have had enough.
The Trust's two other main hospitals, the Princess Royal University in Bromley and the Queen Elizabeth in Woolwich, are both more than 20 minutes away from Sidcup. But the Trust says that the quality of care is paramount, and Queen Mary's severe staffing issues means that lives were being put at risk. The Director of Communications, Carl Shobin, says that ensuring immediate attention is the key reason why plans went ahead.
If you have larger units with more doctors, more nurses, the outcome for patients is better than if you have more units where the resources are more split up. And the issue you have is with smaller units, such as the one you had at Queen Mary's, because they're doing fewer operations, they're doing fewer procedures, it's quite difficult to recruit skilled doctors and nurses to those units, when the training schools would rather send trainees to larger units.
The A&E was initially converted temporarily to ensure a safe service during the winter, but the change has since become permanent. While the urgent care centre manages to treat 200 patients a day for fevers, bumps and bruises and sickness, it is not these people who protesters are worried about, more so those who have to travel further when their life is on the line.
To say that you can send someone further in an emergency for better treatment is a complete nonsense that's put about the whole time by the clinicians and people in favour of these closures. It's been shown by research done in Sheffield a few years ago that the further you have to travel in an ambulance in emergency, the greater your risk of dying. It's as simple as that.
And there's a strong but not unfamiliar message to the government and to Health Secretary Andrew Lansley, who rubber-stamped the plans to go ahead.
We've given the Conservatives their vote, and they've turned around and said, actually, the things that you voted us in on, we're not going to do now.
For now, South London Healthcare claims that waiting times are down and the service has improved as a whole. But Sidcup's residents vow to continue protesting against the action until a more sensible resolution is found and the accident and emergency is reopened. Hopefully one day the hospital is reinstated as a lifesaver once more.